Welcome to my YouTube channel. That's what we call Good Life. Today we're going to be talking about my favourite 5 things that I grow that grow within 30 days, so you can get a really fast crop. I get a lot of people asking me what can you grow really quickly and what's really easy. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to combine my 5 favourite things together. If you've not already subscribed to my channel, please don't forget to do so you'll get more helpful hints and tips all throughout the year from my allotment, my home garden, and from time to time my home kitchen. Now let's get started with my 5 items. Now, herbs are a fantastic one to grow and they grow really quickly. In particular, I've got coriander here. Now that's been growing about 45 days, so you can see how much that's grown already, and I picked some a few weeks ago. So they grow really easily within 30 days. My top tip when you're growing coriander is before you sow the seeds, the little seeds, put them in a pestle and mortar and just slightly crack them. Don't completely crush them, just slightly crack them. It was a tip that I was told quite some years ago, and they germinate much easier, and as can be demonstrated, my coriander is doing absolutely fantastically. So that was easily able to pick within 30 days, and now we're about 45 days in with that. The parsley, a little bit slower to the party, but there is still parsley there after about 45 days, and I've got parsley there that I can pick if I needed some for some seasoning. One of my other favourite things is the cut and come again lettuces. So these are the ones that don't need to heart up. These have been in 45 days. I picked some after about 30 days. You can see the ones here, and this is the beauty with these. Not only do they grow really quickly, but you cut them and they keep coming. It's a variety called salad bowl, which is a really good variety. I will put a link up on the screen and I will put one in the description. And although you have to keep successional sowing in these, they will bolt. They don't bolt like the other ones do, and you don't need to wait for them to heart up. You can harvest them as soon as there's leaves on there, which, like I said, I have already done there, and I've got loads more that I can harvest too. So this is a really fantastic one. Oh, while I'm talking about making recommendations, I get a lot of people asking me, do I recommend any books? And the book Allotment Month by Month by Alan Buckingham is absolutely fantastic. I will put a link up on the screen and one in the description. I do have to let you know that I do make a little bit of money out of it from Amazon if you were to make a purchase, but obviously if you're looking for a good book, that is a really amazing one. So we're now on to my 3rd recommendation, and this is Oriental Mustard. It's a really pretty one. I must admit I've got a little bit of flea beetle, but it still tastes just as good. This is another one that you just keep cutting and it keeps growing more. So really good and versatile kind of thing to grow, and it grows really quickly. Again, 45 days in, I've picked some off of it, and there's absolutely loads there really quickly. The other thing are radishes. Radishes are really amazing because there are lots and lots of different types of radishes you can grow. Some pack more of a punch than others, and you can get all different colours. I've harvested, again, this is 45 days in, and I've harvested quite a lot over the last couple of weeks. So you just pick out the bigger ones. So you just look for the bigger ones. And look, absolutely lovely. I've got a whole load of them at home because I harvested some the other day. But yeah, you just pick out the bigger ones and then you let the smaller ones fill out a little bit more. So this is a really lovely addition, and people often just think they can put them in salads. You can put them in stir fries as well. So radishes are very versatile. You can actually get some quite large radishes, but they won't grow within 45 days. But these ones, absolutely perfect, and if you're really lucky, you can pick up some multicoloured ones as well. Now, just before we move on to that last item, that's my favourite crop, one word of warning when you are sowing things and you want them to grow quickly, and I know it's really obvious, but if it doesn't rain, it is worth watering them every other day, just to make sure that you get a good crop, because if you're expecting something to grow quickly, it is going to need that little bit of extra water. If you're sowing it direct into the ground, then I would recommend every other day unless it rains. If you're sowing it in pots, it's a little bit different because it might not dry out so quickly, so just keep an eye on it. If you're sowing them in pots, don't overwater them and keep them too wet, only water them when they're dry. But if it's in the ground and you've got really good drainage, then I'd recommend you water them every other day. So my 5th and my favourite thing to grow, that I always have some in my allotment, it was one of my father's favourite things as well, is chard or perpetual spinach. Now this has only been in just over a week, so it doesn't demonstrate how big it gets, but it's one of those very versatile things that you can obviously use for salads, you can use it for stir fries, you can put it in stews, you can put it in casseroles. It's so ridiculously versatile. What I would say is obviously chard or bright lights chard, which you can get in different colours. Once you cut it, it keeps coming. If you buy the spinach variety, make sure you buy the perpetual spinach variety, so it keeps coming, because what you don't want is to be able to cut it and then not keep getting more and more. So one of the brilliant things about this will go in the ground, and this will stay in the ground, and it might even go right through the winter as well. So not only is it really fast growing, but it lasts and it lasts and it lasts, and it's so incredibly versatile. Now, one last thing, when you are putting seeds in, I always cover them with a little bit of netting, because I find that when they first sprout, the birds try to get them. When they get a little bit bigger, they're a little bit more hardy and they generally don't have a go at them. But I do pop this netting over, and I do get a lot of people ask me what netting I use. So I just use something called scaffolding stroke gardening netting, that again I get from Amazon. I will put a link up on the screen, and I will pop one in the description if you'd like to get that. And if you're wondering what other things you can be sowing at the moment, please check out my link on the screen or in the description of what to sow in May.